Perfect. So we're going to kind of talk about sensory details and why they're important, like writing details in our lesson. But I kind of want to get to know you guys first. I haven't really met most of you. So I want to go around and have everyone share what their name is and what's something cool about yourself. Let's start right here.
My name is Sam, and I have 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Very cool. Awesome, Sam. Nice to meet you. All right.
My name is Riggin, and I can take an engine apart and put it back
Please
together.
say that again.
My name is Riggin, and I can take an engine apart and put it back together.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That's awesome. All right.
My name is Michael, and I like the Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
No,
Which Cowboys?
the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Very good.
I'm Aubrey and I like basketball.
Basketball. Do you like to play basketball or watch it? Play? What position do you play? Wing,
Tell you.
post.
No, it's been a while since I played.
Oh, okay, sweet.
But I'm gonna join this
Very cool. Awesome. And Aubrey or is it Audrey?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Perfect. All right, back row. What's your name? What's something cool about you?
One thing, I like dinosaurs.
You like dinosaurs? What's your favorite dinosaur?
Around.
Is it a long neck? Cool. All right, up here.
Well, my name is Kaiden, and I'm working on this whole making myself a career of superheroes, supervillains.
Oh, awesome. How are you doing that?
I'm just kind of drawing and writing out the stories and stuff.
Cool. That's awesome.
I'm Amy, and I am the oldest in the class.
The oldest in the class? Awesome. Very cool. Nice to meet all of you guys. All right. So I want you guys to. We're going to talk a little bit about what sensory details are. So what are sensory to you guys? Like, what does sensory mean?
Here's a question.
Yes. I have an answer.
What is it?
Good. What? No, you're good. Ask a question.
What does it say? It says what it said.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm Miss Stevens, and I like to fly fish. I go fly fishing a lot in Laramie, and then I'm from Lovell, so I do that a lot up there, too. Do you guys know where Lovell is? No? It's like 20 minutes from the Montana border, so it's still in Wyoming, but it's way up there. It's a really small town. I grew up on a farm, so I'm up from there. We have a 3-generation family farm.
How'd you come to Cheyenne?
So this is where I'm going to school at UW, and this is kind of my placement that they put me at, because I'm a double major in elementary and special education. So they put me in here so I can kind of learn from you guys and learn how to be a better teacher. Yeah.
How do you fly fish?
How you fly fish?
How do you fly fish?
So it's kind of like regular fishing, but it's almost like you have to do different kinds of casting and use different little bait. Like, have you ever been regular fishing before? Just fishing. So the casting is you use a weighted line that you throw out instead of like all the heavy weights that you put on the end of the hook to take it out farther. Use a weighted line, and it pulls out the line, and you kind of put it out there for the fish to bite. And so it's a lot more natural, and so it just acts like you try to do it really lightly, so the fly will land like right on the water, and they'll come up and grab it and you take it. Yeah, it's a lot more active than like lure fishing, just like the regular stuff, like a hook and worm. Yes, so I like fly fishing. So what do you guys think sensory means?
The 5 senses of what you have.
Exactly. What are those 5 senses? Who likes to write on the board?
No.
No? You want to write the board? All right, come up here. All right, you guys want to help Michael? Let's do the 5 senses.
Taste, sight.
Taste, sight. Go ahead and write those.
Hearing
In a
and
line.
smell.
Yes.
Taste.
Hearing and touch. Perfect. All right, and next to those, we're going to talk about different details that we can describe with those senses that we have. So some of them they talk about is in our taste, we can taste sweet things, sour, bitter, bland. There's tons of different things. So I want to find different ones for each of those that's not on this list. Different describing words that can describe those. So for sight, what's something that's not on this list that we see that like kind of describes things?
Awkward?
Awkward?
Or does that work for that?
Mhm.
Nice guy. Is that what the awkward? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice guy.
AWK WARD. Perfect. And then do a comma, because we'll do other ones next to that. Awesome. Okay. All right, something for smell. What do you think, Dante?
Stinky.
Stinky? Yeah, very good. And what's something you can taste? Yeah, go ahead.
Like candy, sweet.
Sweet? So it could be sweet? That's okay if it's on there.
Oh.
We can use some of these too if you guys read them and help Mike with some of those. And then something for hearing. What are things that we hear?
Noise.
Noise. What's a describing of a noise?
Car?
So like loud, those kind of describing words, like
Oh.
what it's like. It's like hearing or the ones down here. Loud, silent, high, beautiful, quiet, new. So what's something else besides those ones that you hear?
All else is low.
You can put low if you want to.
Sure?
Yep. What's something else that we hear? Laughter. So something that's a really good one. What's describing laughter?
Joy.
Would you say
Joy.
joy? Yeah, that'd be good. You can hear joy.
Is that protection?
Nope, I'm hearing.
Mhm.
Let's see. What's something? Here's a little plastic bag. What does this sound make? What does that sound like?
That noise?
Yeah, this noise. What does it sound like?
Crunchy.
Yeah, crunching. Very good. Let's put that. Good work. And then, what's something that you can feel for touch? Something you can feel. What does it feel like?
Soft.
Soft. Very good. Yep. What do you think, Sam?
Hot.
Hot? Yep.
What kind of hot? Like sweating hot?
Or just touch. It feels hot.
Oh.
And what's something we could describe? So, like, on Amy's sweater. What does your sweater feel like, Amy? Smooth.
Rough.
Yep. Smooth. What and what else?
Rough.
Rough. Yeah. Okay, and let's find some other ones for sight, smell, and taste. What are other ones we could add for that?
Sour.
Sour, yeah, for taste.
Gross.
Gross, yeah. And then what's something for smell?
Stink.
You got stinky,
Nasty.
nasty. What does like fresh lawn clippings smell like?
Weird?
Weird.
Oh, there.
Or like laundry when you just get it out of the dryer.
Fresh.
Clean,
Fresh.
yeah, fresh, perfect.
Isn't that like return somebody if
Yep, fresh and clean. And Michael, clean too. Under smell, clean.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, for sight, let's do a couple for sight. What are things that we can see?
Light.
Light, yep. What's another one? Heat. Heat?
Heat?
Mhm.
You can see heat?
Perfect. And then what color is Aubrey's sweater?
Orange.
Red?
Orange, red.
Red, yeah, so you can do color. We can see color. Awesome, perfect. Have a seat, Michael. Thank you so much. So there's lots of things we can see, and we can smell, and we can taste, and we can hear, and we can touch. And you can add all of these things to your personal narratives as you write them. And down here it talks about this little poster I found. It says, good writers use their senses to add lots of details so the reader can visualize what's happening in the story. So when you're writing your personal narrative, you almost want to make it like a movie. So like when the other person is reading it, so like Mr. Conan's reading it, or I'm reading it, or one of the other classmates is, you want to be able to see it almost. They can visualize what's happening in the story. So if you're talking about a Christmas present you got, like what color is your Christmas present, like what did the tree look like that was under, different stuff like that. So you want to make it really detailed, and so that you can visualize it as you write it out. And so it's just using all of these little details that can help us look and almost like feel, or we can smell what it's like. So like on that Christmas, you can smell, like my mom used to make sticky rolls for every Christmas. So I smell sticky rolls when I think of some of the presents I got, or I smell like the fresh Christmas tree. So let's get our iPads out and open the Adding Details worksheet. You get your notebooks in? Perfect. And once you guys all have it open, I want you to stand up, turn around, and sit down so I can see that you have it.
Stand up.
Turn around, and then sit down. Other way, turn around forward.
Aubrey.
This is such a brain thing. It gets your juices flowing.
Okay, again.
Pull up, Sam. Stand up, turn around, sit down. Oh, wait, those legs.
Stand up, turn around, sit back down. Right down there.
Please stand up.
Stand up.
Okay,
Turn
so
around.
want me to put your eyes
Like that.
Okay.
I
Here,
think
you don't need your arms to work.
Stand up.
There you go. Very good. Perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. So for this worksheet, we're going to read these sentences together, and then we're going to make them even better. We're going to add details and write a new and improved version of each sentence. So what we're going to do is use some of the detail words that we came up with, or other words that we can think of, to make these sentences more detailed. And so you can kind of visualize what this sentence is, or what the sentence is saying. So, Amy, will you read the first sentence for us?
The cat sat.
Perfect. So what do you guys think would be good details that we could add to that?
In the window.
In the window? Very good. Cat sat in the window. What are other things we could add? Like, what does the cat look like? What does he feel like?
The orange cat sat.
Orange cat.
There's no any text.
Perfect. And what was he doing in the window?
Looking out the window.
He sat in the window, looking outside. Perfect. So that kind of gives us a good idea. Like, we can see the little orange cat sitting in the window and he's looking outside. So next one. Aubrey, read the next one for me.
Jenny ate dinner.
Perfect. So what are some details that we could add to that?
Jenny ate Thanksgiving dinner.
Jenny ate Thanksgiving dinner. Very good.
Thanksgiving dinner with the family.
Awesome. And then, what did she eat at Thanksgiving dinner? Turkey. Perfect.
Fried turkey.
Fried turkey. Fried turkey. And what else did she eat?
What did you?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Good work, guys.
And
So Jenny ate fried turkey and, thank you, and mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving dinner with her family. So you can almost just kind of visualize, like, that she's eating, or like things that you've eaten before if you've eaten fried turkey and mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving. And where did she eat dinner with her family? The dining room. In the dining room. Perfect. All right, Sam, will you read that next one for me? This one?
We went outside.
Perfect.
We went outside to play football with my friends.
Perfect. We went outside to play football with
friends.
friends.
Family.
Friends and family. And where did we play outside, Dante?
Park.
In the park. We went outside to play football with friends and family at the park. And when did we do it?
Right.
When?
Right.
Friday. We went outside to play football with friends and family at the park on, you said Sunday now? Or Friday? Friday, that's fine. Awesome. So that's another really good one that we did. Good work, guys. All right. Reagan, will you read this next one? I love candy. What's something we could add to make that more detailed? Amy, what do you think?
I love all candy.
I love all candy. What kind of, what? Yeah.
I love all candy. That's hard.
That's hard? Awesome. That's hard. And And what does the candy taste like? That
Jolly-
hard?
Jolly
I
Ranchers.
like candy. It's hard and it's chocolate.
And is what do and taste like chocolate?
I've never heard of it.
This is old chocolate. All right. Is there anything else we want to add to this one?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
And share with family.
Oh, awesome. Tastes like chocolate. I like to share with my.
And dog is allowed to.
Dogs can't eat it. It's chocolate.
Chocolate kills dogs.
I would. He has too much.
That's good.
Is there anything else that we want to add? Dante, can you think of anything else?
Maybe.
No?
They don't want it to tell.
And Kaiden, can you think of anything else? What are we doing to the candy?
Eating candy.
You're eating it. So I love to eat all candy. Awesome. Good work, guys. So I'll give you a few minutes to write these down. So copy these down into your worksheet as well. And when you're all done writing, I want you to say, speed, I am speed.
Speed, I am speed.
Speed, you are speed.
Speed on speed.
Perfect. You done anything? Say, speed, I am speed. Perfect.
Speed.
Speed, you are speed. Perfect.
Speed, I am speed. Yeah.
Good work. You done anything? Good work.
Hey, Dante.
But now it's lost. What do I do with this?
49.
Keep it. You're going to turn it in.
31, 30 something.
We'll wait for everyone else to catch up.
Both of it.
You lost to the Cardinals yesterday, right? 31 to 17. The Raiders got their ass kicked by the Giants.
Titans lost to the Titans won against the Rams, even though they had the best.
Okay, and while the rest of you are waiting, if you can open your outline. We're going to be working on that in just a few minutes. Can you open your outline now, please? Can you open your outline?
That we did that last time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, besides the last box.
So we're gonna start packing the paper.
Can you open your outline?
Finish the outline. That day. You keep it open, you're starting the paper. You're starting the paper.
I'll miss another one.
Alright, can you open your outline now, please?
What?
Open your outline. Okay. So we're gonna go over an example of what I did to add more detail to my personal narrative.
Where is outline?
It should be in documents. Okay, Sam, will you read this first line for me?
I was riding down the dusty path on
Casey.
Casey on the red chief's horse.
Perfect. So what do you guys think would be details that I added there? They're like descriptive words.
I was riding down here on my four-wheeler.
So just in this one. So I was riding. Just very good.
Oh, wait, it's circling.
I don't know, I'm doing this. What's another detail I added? Ranches first. So a lot of these, I could take them out and it would still pretty much make sense. So that's what you're doing when you add detail, is you're just kind of adding on to those sentences. So this next line, Reagan, will you read that next line? So we had just,
We had just completed some last-minute vaccinations and borders.
perfect. What is some details I added there?
Vaccination.
Yes.
And the Brandon's.
And Brandy's. What else?
Last minute.
Perfect. All right. Do you read the next one?
We were pushing cattle to water and
Preparation.
preparation for the cattle to drive tomorrow.
Perfect. What are some details I added there?
Preparation.
Preparation. Yes.
Cattle.
Which kind of? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Fishing. Good work, guys. And what's one more in there?
Says, wait, no. Water.
Water. Yeah. One more.
Tomorrow.
Exactly. So I'm setting kind of a date of when I'm doing it, which I don't have to if I want. If I want it to make sense, I don't have to have it. All right. Dante, will you read the next one? And my sister.
My sister and her friend decided to race their horses ahead of me.
Perfect. What are some descriptions that I added there?
The my is capitalized.
Oh, that is. My bad. That's fine. So what are descriptions that I added?
Race.
Mm-hmm.
And horses with
Mm-hmm. And ahead of me as well. And so some of these descriptor words, like, they're needed in here, so I needed to put race, but I could have put something else that didn't have as much description in it. So that's some of the things we can do as well. And Amy, we read the next line?
I want as a good off in favor.
Perfect. What are some descriptors in that one? Bob?
Watched.
What? Nope. What's another one?
Hurry.
Hurry. Good work. All right. And Kai, want to read the next line?
Who?
Will you read this next line? The case you liked?
Can't you like to be with the group and try to take off?
Perfect. Dante, what do you think are some descriptions for that?
Group.
Mm-hmm.
Take off.
Mm-hmm. Just one more.
Casey.
Tasty. Good work. All right. And Dante, can you read next line? I tried my hardest.
I tried my hardest to hold him back, but he took out the bullet and bucked me off.
Perfect. What are some descriptors in that? Sam, what do you think?
Tried my hardest, maybe?
Yeah. Good work. What are some other ones?
But, yeah.
Like, yeah. Yes.
Bullet.
Bullet.
Hold him back. Or he took off.
Good work, guys. All right. Yeah.
I'll read the next
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
one. I felt like I was flying, and all of a sudden everything went black.
Perfect. We need to think there's descriptors in there.
Flying,
All right.
all of a sudden everything went black.
Good work. So there's lots of things I talked about. So I used to work at this ranch that we were working on a Sunday, which I don't do anymore. This is why we had to do some last minute stuff. But from the ending, this almost kind of goes along with what we talked about in our little bell ringer. That's what they're called. About hooks. So like at the very end of that almost makes me want to hear about more of what went on when I got in my horse accident. Like everything went black is a really good hook that can kind of make people want to hear more about your story. Good work, guys. So in your own outlines and your stories, I want you guys to look for places that you can add detail. So make sure you have those open. We'll come around and we'll talk about some of the different details that we can add in those outlines.
So just so you guys are clear, outline should be done at this point. If it's not done, it needs to get done as soon as possible because we are starting to write our papers today. Okay? So if you have your outline done,
Miss,
you can have that pulled up.
I'm doing 2 classes narratives and I don't even know which one is which.
Maybe you label so you get as like
I did, like,
first hour, second hour.
it doesn't work that well.
So pull up your papers, start typing. We'll come around the